life. Welcome, friends and soldiers of Boon Army, to Código Cyphers. Today, I have the great and pleasant honor to introduce two of my favorite superheroes from real life, of course. One has been in town previously, and this one is Harkl, Chief Technology Officer from Boon Army. The next one does a surprise appearance for this meeting, making it an explosive one. And the secret superhero is Dingo, better known as Quiet Salad. I am very happy to have you here, both of you. How are you?
Yeah, great. Thanks for having us, Draxus. It's always a pleasure to chat to you, man. You're one of our fantastic community members, and we're absolutely stoked to be here and to be discussing this. Hey, Matt.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for welcoming me for the first time. I listened to the last interview you did with Harkl very enviously. But yeah, great to be with you today, and super excited to be talking about Boom as a whole and our awesome new characters that are about to come online. So thank you, man.
Great, sirs. I'm very happy to have you here because I very respect you a lot. You are basically one of my favorite projects that I follow every day that I wake up. So, like this image says, all dreams have a meaning. In me dreams in Boom Heroes. And that's precisely what are we talking about today. We are talking about the newly collection that we have been waiting for so long, the Boom Heroes. I know this will be a great meeting, especially because we will talk about the long-awaited Boom Army NFT collection that many are eager to know what the Boom Heroes will be about. But first of all, I would like to start the talk by asking about the background of how the quietest salad in town met a little monkey. So tell us a little about how these two superheroes joined forces.
Oh, solid. Well, we have the pleasure of knowing each other in real life, which is rare in the Web3 world, because I know plenty of other people that we're talking to at the moment about different projects, but they sort of, one's in Miami, one's in Sweden, one's in, Central America kind of thing. But we're lucky that we live down the road from each other, and we've done a few tech projects in the past together. So this is not our first rodeo by any means. So while Harkl brings, 15 to 20 years of, tech and startup experience, I'm sort of more of the business and front end, I suppose, of the team, dealing a lot with what is quiet work, hence the name. But yeah, dealing with VCs, finances, accounting, all that stuff that has to happen in the background. Not the most sexy work in the Web3 crypto space, but because we're a proper company, not just a flash in the pan, this is the work that needs to be done. So I'm the guy, kind of like a duck. I'm the little legs going under the water, while Harkl's up the top, making all the cool stuff that people want to look at. Yeah.
Yeah, Harkl, would you like to add something?
No, look, I think Matt's pretty much nailed it. Obviously we're both sort of pretty experienced in our respective fields, and but just really drawn to the Web3 space because of programmable money. It's just the most amazing thing. Easily since the invention of the internet, I think it's and we're both really passionate about that, and both really passionate about Solana, and so yeah, while we've got our day jobs and we're sort of doing consulting and whatnot for large companies and that sort of thing, we try and spend as much time as we can pressing into Boom and delivering as fast as we can. And I think you've probably seen that over the last sort of 6 to 8 weeks. A lot of new stuff coming online with the channels and all that sort of thing. So yeah.
Awesome, sirs. You look like that you were bros in the life before, in another life or another multiverse. So now that we know a bit about the story behind Dingo and Harkl, I would like to ask you a question that we have two parts. The first one, why did you decide to focus on a decentralized community based on NFT, especially with a superhero theme? And part two, why did you not simply work on another more Web2 style approach project? I mean, because you will maybe you wouldn't. Why didn't you follow a traditional route, and why wouldn't you probably you will probably get more recognition and prestige?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Maybe I might just kick it off with the technology side of things, because essentially that's really what drove the initial decision. You know, I've been involved in crypto for a number of years now. Sort of bought my first Bitcoin back in 2014 and mucked around with that and was quite interested in it. But probably in the last 2-3 years, I've really sort of started pressing into the programmatic side, you know, looking at Ethereum and what that can do, although it was pretty slow, and then starting to see these other products coming online like Solana and you know, Polkadot and some of the faster ones that are really starting to offer the ability to have a Web 2 experience in a Web 3 context. So, you know, full disclosure, like I'm a serial startup guy, so I think this is my 5th startup that I've been involved in as an owner. And you know, the other ones were all Web 2 based, but this is by far the most interesting and the most exciting one that I've had, because I think it's you know, the big opportunities here around social and Web 3 are in the decentralization of content and also in the monetization of content as well with microtransactions. I think, you know, it's such an exciting space to dig into, and you know, I think a lot of the possibilities that are available at the moment just haven't even really been imagined. You know, like we're so early in the space still. I mean, I think it's been maybe a little over a year that Solana mainnet has been launched, and then everyone's seen the growth in that time and the sort of products that are coming online, and as the developers are learning and digging into the space, there's some really cool, crazy stuff coming up, and you know, we're really just hoping to do that as well, get into the space, get some crazy stuff going, and completely change the way that people do social. You know, move away from kind of censorship, move away from centralized feeds of things, and really, move into the space where everyone can talk freely, where they're not constrained in terms of, you know, financial barriers, and you know, building on the back of all those sort of tools. So yeah, that's the opportunity that we saw, and Matt and I, we've done a startup before together as well, and that was in the Web 2 space. So maybe you can talk about that a bit more, Matt.
Yeah, well, yeah, okay, because you did right. Just to summarize that, like, why Solana? It was all about the speed and that opportunity that was available with that speed, because it has to be an awesome experience for Web 2 people. You know, people are very familiar with things like great interfaces on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and stuff. Like, it has to be as good, if not better, in the Web 3 space. So speed's so critical to that. So that's pretty important to summarize. That's why we sort of picked Solana over everything else. And then once you jump into the Solana network, you can see that really positive community that's in there. And it's really good. You know, if you're going to spend a lot of time and effort building something in the space, having supportive people around you makes the journey so much better. So that's definitely been a real pro that we've learnt along the way with Solana. So, and just NFTs, because that was part of that question that Harkl didn't pick up on so much. But we see NFTs as so much more than what people look at the moment, which is sort of, you know, profile pics and little JPEGs. The programmatic opportunities that sit behind an NFT, you know, the opportunities to be a ticket for an experience or to meet up in real life, like that's where we're taking boom. As you can see, you know, with the channels and the ability for bringing people together over social, that we see this really awesome opportunity with NFTs and what they can do. That's the real next stage for us. And if we can get that great community with us on Boom and the Boom heroes, cool characters, everyone's fizzy about that, then we can really unlock some awesome experiences for people. And that's what's going to blow everyone's mind. And that's what NFTs should be able to do. And that NFTs links into Web3. And that's the opportunities. There's new technology here, like the birth of the internet 20, 30 years ago, that here is such an opportunity. We can take this cool new tech, people that are very supportive, open and welcoming, and everyone can go through this journey, and we can find out, what secret source is in crypto, because it's not just flipping JPEGs and trading currency between each other. It's about new opportunities and new experiences, and that's what Boom's going to bring. So people are only just starting to see that now with our channels gated behind those NFTs. We're going to unlock these experiences. It's just going to be so cool. So hopefully that covers most parts of the question there. Does it, Draxus?
Absolutely, and awesome. I feel very attracted by the thoughts that you have shared with us. Firstly, I joined Solana with that vision because when Bitcoin, Ethereum, and those communities were yelling and shitcoining in themselves, I saw in Solana a very good community because they were passionate, they were building, they were concentrated on raising awareness about Solana and not yelling and fighting each other. So now I truly know that I took a very good path. I have shared a lot of knowledge in my community, in Código Cyphers. I have met a lot of wonderful people like you. The other things that I'm working to also. So I truly know that Solana is a very interesting one chain that we all know have to not only enter this ecosystem for the money, not only for the money, but because the information, the partnership that you can gather here, and the friendship, of course. So now that we know a little bit about the project, could you tell us in more detail what are the Boom Heroes about? Why should we pay attention to it? Why will be exciting about it for the community, and what benefits will we have? And doesn't I will ask this question when you finish the previous one.
Do you want to go, Matt? You're on fire, mate. You just keep on talking.
Well, no, that's right. So sort of the first part there was why pay attention to the Boom heroes. So the space that we've seen it specifically with Boom and Solana is that people are raising money and raising awareness around their projects by doing generative art and sometimes one-on-one art. But and that's about get your community around your idea, gives you an opportunity to speak to them, and we saw that as like everyone else as something that we should do. And also an opportunity for us to give back to our original supporters. Something that we're very proud of. Like, we love the Boom heroes. We think they absolutely kick ass. The attributes on there, the art is particularly cool. The colors and the imagery, like, it's got a lot of referencing back to stuff that we knew as we grew up. Superman, Batman. It's got referencing in there, but it's definitely got some cool new funky stuff, like sombreros and flaming arms and laser eyes. Like, that stuff that just looks cool. So we want people to pay attention, primarily because we've got something we want to talk about, and that's with the Boom platform. We've got channels that are so unique with what we can do with our NFTs, and we want them to pay attention because we need support with the next part of this project. So by buying our Boom Heroes NFT, you're enabling us to keep charging on with all these new features that we're rolling out on the platform. So the benefits are twofold, really. The people are getting cool NFTs, the new opportunity with their profile pic. It's a nice piece of art. And then secondly is it's going to unlock opportunities specifically with the gated channels, which has just been released on the platform. So, you buy one of these NFTs, you look cool, get in there, and we're just going to create another channel that we can get a stronger community around Boom on. So it's something we're fizzy about. You can probably tell by the way I'm talking that I'm ready to go. If I could make the 15th come faster, I would. But Is there anything else you want to chuck in there, Harkl?
Sorry, I was just on mute. No, I think that's pretty much spot on. You know, where these NFTs are, you know, I'm particularly excited about how widespread they're going to be as well, because you know, we're going to essentially be giving a bunch of free NFTs away. So every person who holds one of our original NFTs, the 1303 OG NFTs, are going to get a in fact, those I've just sent out all of the tokens for them to mint a free Boom Hero. So anyone who's got a 1303 who's listening now, for every 1303 that you hold, you've got a token in your wallet, a hero token, to mint a free Boom Hero. So and then, you know, with the 1303 airdrop community members, you know, if people remember, we airdropped 10,000 of our old testnet token to a bunch of people, 1,303 people, and we've had a real sort of headache about how we're going to convert that over from testnet to mainnet, because for various reasons. There's a whole blog post on it if you want to read it, but essentially what we're doing is we're going to redeem those SSL tokens by airdropping 2 Boom Hero whitelist mint tokens to those 1303. So I'm not sure how many people will redeem them. I think a lot of those people have sort of you know, they're not necessarily that active in Discord. I probably would guess that there might be about 300 or 400 of them who take us up on that offer. But you know, if you think about that, if we've got the 1303 OG NFT people and the 1303 airdrop people who are all going to have a Boom Hero, then they can jump on to Boom Army, and you know, essentially we're going to have 400 or 500 people in a Boom Heroes channel, and that's super exciting because you know, we've got these sort of challenges that are going to start coming up around, and we're going to be minting NFTs for those challenges, and we're still ironing out the details because, you know, to date it's been quite complicated the way that we've described that sort of stuff. But so, you know, we really need to simplify that down. But essentially, we've got this channel with all of our community in there, you know, a few hundred people, and we're just going to be building on top of that and pushing news and info around Solana into it. It's just going to get better and better.
Fantastic. Now the Rod and Nacho have 2 questions that consist in one that I will ask. The one I will ask will be general about those 2, but I will read them so they know that we are taking their question to life. So Rod says, yeah, a question. What should the people understand about the NFT community? It is a new concept to catch and sometimes hard to explain. And Nacho says, will there be ranking in the season to know who's the leaderboard? And yes, that consists in the question that I will ask now, and it will be about if you could share more insight about what this season challenge pass will consist. How people can join to this competition of the season challenge pass, how they will benefit, or how is like a PvP between users of Boon Army platform, or what?
Yeah, it's that's a really good question, and I think there's a lot of information to digest that we've put out so far, and like I say, it's probably, we've realised that we actually really need to just simplify it down. So we've actually we've put a hold on the action cards and the season challenge at the moment. Just we're going to delay it a few weeks and get the Boom Heroes NFT out there, get it circulating, get some recognition around it, you know, so that people can share them around social media, and you know, we'll build up a bit of hype and interest around those Boom Heroes, and then we're gonna once that we really feel like that's sort of starting to take hold, we're going to get into the season challenges, and in that time we're going to refine what the season challenges are, and I think we might actually only have one action card, one season challenge in the first season, because, you know, it's such a new concept and it's such a big thing to get your head around. that you know, just having one is going to make it heaps simpler for everyone to kind of grok. So, but you know, the ultimate thing is that this is a proof of concept, because if you can incentivize behavior with these NFTs, you know, and people can earn NFTs and upgrade them by performing tasks, essentially. You know, we can partner with other people, other Solana projects, and all of the cool stuff that they're doing. We can start building those into action cards and challenges, so that you know, with your favorite projects, you can essentially get all of this NFT memorabilia around them. And then depending on how into the project you are and how much time you spend or how passionate you are, you know, there's going to be levels of the NFT, because essentially that NFT that you will receive is going to be able to be upgraded from, you know, regular to rare to ultra rare to legendary, which is what we did with the 1303 NFT. You know, there was 4 different levels in there. Does that answer the question?
Perfect. For me, it is very clear. I don't know for Nash or Rod, but I think that they will find it valuable.
Because one other thing in there was, I think the first question was, what should people understand about the NFT community? I think, is that a summary of the first question?
Oh, yeah. The first question was, what should the people understand about the NFT community?
It's probably a pretty good question, because it's something that's evolving quite quickly in the space, and that's one of the reasons why we love doing projects in Web3 specifically, and obviously with Boom and the different elements that we're rolling out with, you know, channels and programmable NFTs and whatnot, is that what we're learning and what we've learned about it is that it's a really positive community. So people are willing to try things out and test things with us, which is great. But I think we're not unique, but we're one of the few people that are being more useful than just providing a pixelated image. We're actually building things on Boom that are useful for people. You know, obviously the chat and the social aspect of it, you can mint NFTs online, the marketplace is coming up. So we bring 3 or 4 things there on one platform, and that NFT community component, that's what the channels is all about. So you hold an NFT, it gives you this instant access to a community. So if I hold, you know, a Boom Hero, or I hold a Galactic Gecko or a Fox, you know, I can just jump in here and you might find 50 new mates that already have their NFTs loaded in. So it's this constant innovation in the space that makes the community quite cool. Like we're delivering cool new things. I'm sure other projects are too. So I think people should understand that there's two kind of tiers of projects. One who's just making pictures, and the other people who are doing things with the pictures. And that's what we're doing. We're making cool stuff so people can interact, engage, learn, be informed. So yeah, I hope that provides a bit of insight into what we think NFT communities are about.
Yeah, pretty clear for me. So let's now we are going to I'm going to become the devil's advocate to ask the tough question or the shadowy questions. I will like to start with one that will make some laughers, and will be a pretty short one. And it is that doesn't Boom Heroes sound like a geeky dream of 2 friends?
Yeah.
I mean,
I just say guilty as charged.
Yeah, who doesn't like a good geek? What are you talking about? You know?
Yeah. I mean, like, to be honest, you know, this whole space is super geeky. It's like we're a long way off from mainstream adoption, you know, like and that's one of the big challenges that we've been talking about a lot, actually, is like, you know, how do you onboard people who don't have a, you know, Solana wallet even, or have heard about NFTs and are interested in them. But I think at the moment, you know, we are really just pitching towards Solana community, you know, to Solana wallet holders who exist already, and to people who sort of, you know, have bought an NFT or who are they understand the NFT space, you know, to a point. Would you agree, Matt?
Yeah, but just a bit of a watch point on there that I think everyone's trying to figure this out too. And we talked about it when we spoke with Aldrin a couple of weeks ago. But how do you bridge that gap between Web 2 and Web 3? Because fundamentally, the space needs to grow. And we've seen a few things happen in the last couple of weeks. Harkl brought to my attention that I think Magic Eden are doing is it Magic Eden are doing email as a login compared to anything else?
Yeah, they've integrated a third-party tool set that essentially allows you to just enter your email, and then that whole system will manage wallets for you until you're ready to sort of manage them yourself, which is quite interesting. And it's not only Solana, but you know that system works for multiple cross-chain wallets, and I think like that's definitely the future as well. You know, like we haven't really seen it yet, but you know, in the next 6 to 12 months, like I'd say more and more stuff is going to be coming online that's cross-chain, and you know, products like ours, we're going to have to keep up with that, and and it's going to present its own interesting challenges, but also its own massive opportunities. So I'm really excited about it.
Perfect. It sounds good for me. So another bullet from me. What will be the worst case scenario for this new collection of superheroes?
Well, kind of the worst case scenario, honestly, is that people don't think they're as cool as we do and don't buy them. Like that, you know, you're going to see sombreros and laser eyes coming at you everywhere if that's the case, because we think they're awesome. Everyone should get out there and get amongst it. But we're sort of doing, it's a good question, because when you're running a business, you got to think about this. So with our boom heroes, you know, we're rewarding our original OGs by delivering them back. So that's important for us because it's marketing for the project. So if we can get the boom heroes that we're passionate about in the hands of other passionate people, we think that's a good thing. So we don't see that there's an absolute doomsday scenario around Boom's hero. But you know, for us, really, you know, we do want to sell these so we can have money to keep paying the developers, the artists, you know, the AWS fees and all the rest of it, keep Boom running. So, you know, it's the business side of NFTs. That's why you make them, to put gas in the tank to pay your contractors and your workers. So we you know, absolute cap in hand, I'm dead honest about this, that it's about raising money in the same traditional route you go through venture capitalists or seed rounds or whatever. That, you know, that's what's cool about this web space, is you can have direct contact with the community, and you're essentially asking them, you know, if you believe in our project, we will give you something in the form of an NFT that we've sweated for, but you know, we'd like you to buy it. We think the price is pretty reasonable too. You look at the space, you know, 0.5 of a soul for this sort of artwork and the opportunities that it throws open with the channels and that introduction into the Boom community. We think it's a pretty compelling offer. So hopefully we don't have a doomsday, but that'll be it. You know, no one likes the Boom heroes as much as we do, and they don't buy it. So fingers crossed that won't happen.
Yeah, it's interesting as well, because you know we're probably at the stage now. We've spent the last 6 to sort of 7 months just building out all of the social functionality on Boom Army, and that's taken a lot of time. It's taken a lot of effort, and now we're at that point where we've got the core containers. You know, essentially we've sort of got the things that are ready to take the content, and I think, you know, this is, if you look at these NFTs, like they're part of that content. You know, so this is sort of one of our first really tight offerings around content, and it's going to give access to those channels, and then essentially the tickets to every season in the future. And as we grow with content, and as we kind of bring partners on board who are interested in using Boom for DAO functionality, and you know, using those channels to as a Telegram sort of style connection, worst case scenario is that, you know, it's going to take us another 3 or 6 months to get up to that next level where we're starting to see more traffic, and and these boom heroes really start to get traction. But best case scenario is that we sort of we probably sort of sell at least sort of half of them in the first 48 hours, I guess. I don't think that there's going to be a huge rush on them, but yeah, I think that in my opinion, the artwork is as good as anything in the Solana space, and the utility is probably better than most. So it's maybe our marketing hasn't been as tight as it could have been, but look, ultimately we're just concentrating on building stuff and pushing that new cool tech out. So yeah.
Sounds good. Very good, passionate, and honest answer from both of you. I think that everything that you say, I agree with that, especially in the price, because we see a lot of JPGs selling from those scan NFT projects that they start with a floor very high, and then they dump on the users. So one of the last questions to finish is, what do you think about the recent congestion in Solana? Wouldn't this be a bad for your launch? And if I'm having trouble sending a simple $5 transaction, why would I be wasting my time trying to mint a JPG that I don't know about? What do you say about this?
Yeah, look, I mean, Solana mainnet is still in beta. It's I think that's the thing that it's really easy to forget in this space, is that all of this stuff is still brand spanking new, and all of these issues that Solana are having are they're teasing issues of a new product, and a new product that's never really been built before. I don't think we've ever sort of seen this sort of technology at this speed ever before. So I think these are really great problems. Obviously, the network is groaning under the strain of, like, especially a lot of bots. But I think with Genesis, the Genesis Go RPC endpoints, like, they've done some really good work in the last week or two around rate limiting bot transactions, and essentially allowing people to have a key so that they can have a dedicated endpoint. So we use the Genesis Go RPC endpoints for Boom Army, and so far they've been reasonably robust. I think there's been some times where tipping and stuff hasn't worked that well, but I think in the last couple of weeks I've noticed that that's been really improving. So I think the honest answer is that absolutely, we may have some issues, but in this space, the thing is that you've just got to be there, and you've got to be ready to troubleshoot those issues, and we'll be on hand during the mint to feed back to the community if there's any sort of issues or info that needs to be communicated around any of those RPC endpoints. And that's sort of the best that we can do at the moment. And then just bask in the glow of being early enough that you're sitting on mainnet beta, and all of this sort of stuff is just, it's such new technology, and we're in it, and we're together. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good point to follow up on, because like we can't control the Solana network and the technical glitches it might have through minting, but what we can do is be two awesome dudes who are going to be on the end of Boom or Twitter or Discord. If you're having issues, this is what we're here. We're a community in it together. So if there's a problem, hit us up. We're going to treat you like real people, because we're real people too. So if by some chance there's, errors or mistakes through Solana, well, we're going to sort it out. If not right that second, very soon. So everyone should have confidence that, we will help in any which way we can if there's any problems. You'd 100% agree with that, wouldn't you, Harkl?
Yeah, definitely. It's I think we've probably, in the last couple of days of the launch of channels, we've seen a few people who can't get in, and they've been communicating on Discord some of the bugs and things like that. So those we've been feeding back on those and responding to people with that with the channel stuff as well. And we've got a few things that are going through development at the moment that are going to fix those problems. Hopefully, especially people with like a lot of NFTs in their wallets are having trouble accessing those channels just because of the speed of the Solana network again, because it's got to pull all of that metadata down. And so even with the airdrop today, like there's a whole bunch of technical stuff, extra things that I have to build to pull data out of the Solana RPC nodes, and it's kind of a nuisance, but at the same time, it's this big open source data set, and it's just the most amazing thing being able to list all of these NFTs, pull all of the data around the accounts that hold those NFTs. But this week we were digging into Shaq's wallet, like looking at Shaq bought a dead god, and we were having a look at we sort of looked at the NFT, tracked down the address of the NFT, looked at the holder, found Shaq's wallet, had a dig into there and had a look around, and it's just wild, the fact that you can look at Shaquille O'Neal's Solana wallet and see what's in there. And full disclosure, he owns a whole lot of shit coins. It's quite funny.
Yeah, he's got one called Horny, which made me laugh. I'm sure Shaq's listening to this interview right now, but dude, you've got to choose some better coins and stuff that you go buy. Boom! Yeah. I tell you, get a heroin.
One of the plans we've sort of got in the works with our NFTs is we're gonna create a one-of-one boom hero for Shaq and send it to him, like just drop it into his wallet and then tweet at him, and chances are he's going to ignore us, but there is a very slim chance that he'll be like, crikey, this is pretty cool. And given the quality of a lot of his other NFTs in his wallet, I'm hoping the boom hero is going to look pretty awesome compared to some of the other shit that he's got. So
that smell from cheap coins it smells so far away. I received one called Soul Casino some days ago, and I don't know where the fuck I got that. So
I got that as well. Because it's $100 right? I was like, man, can I swap this straight out?
Exactly.
For USDT.
The worst thing is that wallet that I use is it's like a cold storage, a cold wallet, and I received that Sol Casino. So I don't know how they managed to get my address. I don't know where they find that. So
it's probably due to any, like, if you're holding NFTs in that wallet, like they'll be just doing what I've done with the boom hero, with the OG NFT, is just essentially scraping or pulling all of the NFTs down and then finding all of the associated holder accounts, and then they just get a list and they airdrop their tokens to that list. They know they don't know who they are. They know what NFTs they've got.
That's the weird part, because that address, I don't have any NFT even. Is that a Solette? So that the classic style from Solette, and I use that wallet only for checking balance. I don't interact with a lot of places, and I still managed to get a Sol Casino, and I think that the other one was Floki or something like that.
Oh yeah, Floki. It's a strange world, eh?
Yeah, very strange. So Nacho has an interesting one question to before we finish this conversation, and it is about the marketplace. When will be live, and we will be available to buy and or trade our Boom Heroes and Boom OG NFTs.
Yeah, sure. So we have got the UX interface. The front end is all built for the marketplace, and we've just got to hook it up to Metaplex. So that's going to be happening. Probably it'll be the first thing that we do after the Boom Heroes launch. So I'd expect the timeline for that to be like maybe another week or two away, and it'll just be that simple functionality where on your profile page, all of the NFTs will be sitting in there. You'll be able to click on one and list it for sale, and then anyone who comes and has a look at your profile will see that some of your NFTs are for sale in there. And that, like I say, it'll be probably 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks away if we get busy with a few other things as well.
Great. I have enjoyed a lot of these conversations. So to give the final calls on the to close the curtains, I would like to say two things. The first one is that Reggie Fils, that was a Nintendo executive, he once said that my body is ready. So I will say my body is ready for Friday, 15 April, for the Boom Heroes Mint. So stay tuned, guys, so you can mint that wonderful collection from the Boom Army special to you. My second inquiry is that I would like to talk about what Boom Army has achieved so far. Now in the screen, you are seeing one of the infographics that we shared when we were in the initial phases of Boom Army. Now I think that you have achieved a lot of what is presented here, right, Captain? So would you like to share some more insights about the what are the most important things that you have achieved so far?
Yeah, it's kind of cool looking at the list there, because I think we've achieved all of them except for the marketplace, and we're a few weeks into Q2, so we've only just missed on that last one, but yeah, it's pretty phenomenal how far we've come. To think that in January we didn't even have our mainnet transactions live, and we didn't have a listing and a DEX and that sort of stuff. It's that's what, like, it's a pretty short time ago, 12 weeks or whatever. And I guess it just shows how hard we've been working to push things out. And it's kind of not, I think a lot of the projects that are getting a lot of attention at the moment are pushing out kind of, I'd like to call it sort of candy. It's like little small tools that do kind of neat things, and people are quite enamored with that. And one of the different things with our project is that it's a really big play. We're really pushing for something big and different. And so all of that Q1 stuff there that we've delivered is it's really infrastructure building. We're building this big base, and I really feel like we've sort of got there now, and the the real fun can start pushing interesting content and news onto that homepage. And so it'll be a place where people can come and catch up on Solana and what's happening, and connect with each other, and build relationship around communities, and buy and share and sell NFTs, and then connect in real life as well. That's one of the big things that's going to be coming in the near future, is real life meetups and stuff. So yeah, it's cool. There's a lot of stuff coming, and I'm pretty proud of what we've achieved so far.
Awesome. Here we see the build diary 9. You left out the 8 week. So I think that if people want to know more about what you have achieved so far, you can go to Boom Army Docs. You will see it. Let me see if I can write it down. Boom.
I could post it in the.
Oh yeah, I will share here in the comment sections also. Boom Army Docs. I hope that I have written it right. So you also, if people want to know more about Boom Army and the Boom Heroes, you can follow them in the Discord channel. The link will be in the description box under this video. You can also follow them in Twitter. They are in Twitter. Let's see if the docs have the. Oh no, we have to go to the main page. The main page is boom.army, so you can see all the information about the how is this a new way of decentralized monetary and NFT driven social media. This is a great concept that I follow since last year, and they have been pretty fast forward and got speed in what they have delivered so far. So I have a very special gift from you to give to you, captains. So as a memento to departure to this meeting, that I would like to see and it is a promo that we in Código Cyphers made, so we can approach, so we can show to other people in our videos for a more awareness about the Boon Army revolution that we are creating. Let me see if I can share it. Give a second, please.
Oh wow, man, this is cool.
Let me, okay, I have it now. Let me share the screen so you and the others can see this surprise. Let me see. It does not let me. I don't know why it does not let me share. I don't know why. We have to use the the second method that I have in case. So let's go again to this, and I think that you can see it now, right?
Is that on screen share? I can't see anything.
Yeah, sorry, I have not shared the screen. Now,
That's
yes.
right.
Now you are seeing it.
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, now see, this is a special gift that we will use in our videos to spread the Boon Army gospel. Everyone that is invited to use it like they want, you too in Boon Army. And I hope that you like this, and the people that are watching and will watch this video later too. It's in Spanish though, so sorry for the English
man.
people.
That's awesome, man. That's so cool.
So, now it's paused, so we can end in here. I feel very honored to have both of you in Código Cyphers, and I have truly enjoyed this conversation. I hope that we can do this maybe in some other months, well, next month, or when you see pertinent. But I want to congratulate you for all the hard work that you have managed to do so far. The audience that is accompanying us in this in my time is late in night. For you is still evening, I believe. So I don't know if you want to share some final thoughts so we can close this conversation.
Probably. I'd just like to say thank you in general. Like, it's just been a good half an hour having a yarn to a good dude. So, it's just one of the joys of doing projects like this is you get to meet cool people. So that's it's a real simple thing for me. It's lovely to talk to you in person and to say thanks for all the support. And, I'm just looking up the side of the comments list there, Rod, Ignacio, a few others there. I can't even say the name, Cyphex anyway, but thanks everyone for listening in. You're all awesome, and we totally appreciate your support.
Yeah,
big ups to all you guys.
We're building all this stuff for you guys. It's we really appreciate everyone in the community who's coming along for the journey, and it's just super cool to have all these people all around the world who are connecting over Solana and interested in decentralized social. So yeah, I'll reiterate that. Huge thanks, and just awesome. Thank you so much.
That's good to hear. For example, Emilio is saying English version also, please. Emilio is preparing the torch towards us, so we have to work in an English version too. So, Harkl, Dingo, I truly appreciate your time with us. I truly feel honored to have you here, and I hope that people can see a great value proposition in Boon Army and the Boon Heroes collection that is coming on Friday. Sirs, I hope that you have an excellent rest of the day, And no, I don't know if you want to say a goodbye salute or what, but I send you a big hug and that you have a big day also, and kind regards to everyone and especially you.
Thanks, man. Much appreciated. It's been awesome talking to you. So we will hopefully do this again very soon.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, me too. I hope that we have another conversation very, very soon. So goodbye, friends. Hope that you have a good and excellent rest of the day. I'm going to sleep now, so for me it's end of the day.
Sleep well, my friend. Sleep well.
Thank you. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks, buddy.
Good night.
See
See
ya.
you in this call. Don't forget to join this call. We have to troll the two superheroes now. While I'm sleeping, try to troll them
Come
as
get
much
us.
as possible.
Yeah.
See you later.
Yeah. Bye-bye.